Good morning. How y'all doing out there? What's going on? The video gonna be about Justin Timberlake's apology to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson. Is his white male privilege being revoked? This turkey is about 15 years too late with this one. Where do I start? Cry I'm a River, the Britney body double, and there is a Britney Spears documentary that's out right now. The Britney Spears documentary shows how treacherous, cunning, sexist, political size the music industry is, which it is, and how the young woman who was a very dominant figure 20 plus years ago got ate by the trappings of it and what led on. She was one of the most dominant artists in modern times, and then early part of the 00s, she vanished. On Her Kiss of Death, the interesting thing about Britney Spears was the Greatest Hits album. Came out in 2004. And usually when an artist has a Greatest Hits album, it sells a lot of records, and it's a big, important part of the catalog. However, so young in her career, they did that. But the money was put on Timberlake. Timber fake, Timberlake, what Timber fraud, Timber whack, however you want to call that turkey. He used to buy a double Cry Me a River. Talked about their personal business, blew it all out. Janet Jackson, Super Bowl. Pulled on her bustier. Everybody knows about the semi-flash, which wasn't that long. And I always said that's white boy privilege. Because if Usher had done that to Britney Spears on stage, do you really think he really would have had some confessions? Following week after the episode, Timberlake's up there at the Grammys collecting awards and acting like he's a Elton John on the keyboards and playing and grinning, and forgot all about Janet Jackson. So now, supposed to believe that now that he's a proud father and husband, all that, and he's had a time to reflect on his mediocre career, that he somehow got woke. Yeah, okay. The reason, and I don't usually I don't touch on personal, but these were careers that were sabotaged. You want to talk about the sabotage? The industry put money on him. They wanted to call him the new king of pop, which he ain't. He wasn't even the most important white boy during his run. Eminem was the most important white boy, but they tried hard with Timber Fake. They tried hard. Music, whack movies, TV, all kinds of things to blow him up. And he had a little bit of a run future that back in 06, 07, but he never reached those heights again. And I have issue with the industry. And it ain't just white folks who sat there and let him happen. Black folks did too. Because they were working with him. They didn't say nothing. No one hardly came out and got at him behind Janet. And he was getting much play on R&B and doing collabs and all that. No one said nothing. You know why? Because when the money is green, people look the other way. That's the fraudulency of the business. They didn't care about neither one of those two, especially Janet Jackson. Britney was young and happening, but they said, well, we can slowly. If you think about it, her career, once his rise came up, hers took a dive. Because if you'll remember, back in that particular era, when Katy Perry was coming on, Lady Gaga kept all that, Taylor Swift. So you think about it, Rihanna, Beyonce. That's what was the next heads that was coming. And they didn't push for Britney nearly as much. So there was an agenda. And Janet Jackson being an older artist, veteran artist, they used that against her. And plus she had the last name Jackson. They was trying anything to take down Michael. So they used all that weaponry against him. There is so much sexist, and he talks about this in this story. I'm like, look, you a white boy privileges. Ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you. Now all of a sudden you want to feel like you woke now that you pretty much peaked, because you're not gonna, his mediocre career ain't gonna get no highs. He's still making whack movies and putting out whack music, but he hit his peak 15 years ago. Aside from his fans, who some people that still rap, but ain't no one been. The thing about him is that another Justin came along and kind of almost made him old hat, and that was Bieber. Okay. So Timberlake's been playing catch up. And so now he's got time to sit there and have a deep thought like he's Jerry Springer, whatever. But the damage was done. The damage was done. And in not only publicly, which should have been done 15 years ago, but probably should have been done, But he had white male privilege. And now suddenly he's acting like he's concerned and cares. I'm like, yeah, whatever. This is what they do and throw it in your face. And this is all he's doing. It's comical. It's really comical. But anyway, what you think about Justin Timberlake now all of a sudden issue an apology to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson? You buy it, or do you think his white male privilege is about to expire? Be honest, give me your thoughts, your takes, hit the like, hit the subscribe, when the bell rings in the video. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another, and this is so comical, it almost hurts. Because what happened with Janet Jackson and with Britney Spears, you want to talk about careers being sabotaged, millions of dollars being poured into this Turkish career. You saw what happened. You seen what happened. I'm out.